Budhrani from the .Asia organization. We're actually located in booth G3 over there, so you can come by later if you have any questions about this presentation. So for my presentation, I just want to mention four main things. The first thing is I'm going to share some interesting Asian figures with you. E-commerce, which is a very big market in the Asian region, which I'll share with you as well, some numbers. Some SEO tips from our experience in the .Asia organization. And I'm going to briefly tell you about our company, the .Asia organization. So here are some really interesting statistics which I've brought up from different kinds of researches. So 1.1 billion new internet users have been added in the 5 years. And most of these additions have come from the Asia-Pacific region, accounting for almost 54%. When you can see the difference from 2007 to 2012, there's been an increase in Asia from 418 million to almost 1 billion. There have been substantial increases in Latin America and in Africa, but nothing compares to the one which has been seen in Asia Pacific. Some from world stats, the numbers tell you that at the end of 2011, 45% of internet users were from the AP, Asia Pacific region. And when you look at the Asia-Pacific economies in detail, the top three are China, India, and Japan. There's something actually very interesting about that. Even though these have the top internet countries, there's still a lot of room for potential. I'll explain that to you in future slides. Over here, you can look at the internet users by country, and the interesting thing is about the penetration rate. When you look at India and Indonesia, they might have the number 2 economy for internet users, but it only has 10% penetration rate. So there's a lot of room for improvement within the Asia-Pacific region. Same you can see in Indonesia, Philippines, Southeast Asian markets as well. There's a lot of room for potential over there as well. So the number of internet users will be increasing substantially in the coming years. This was sort of a picture which I got from BCG. When you look over here, it says that the contribution of GDP to the economy. Most of the Asia-Pacific regions are going to see an increase in the GDP in their economy because of the internet. So this is just something for your reference. When looking at e-commerce, these are some facts which I got from the ADMA Marketing Handbook. India, Australia, China, and Japan are expected to generate $258 billion in 2012 from online sales. Very interesting thing for you resellers out there when you recommend new websites for your clients could be that 60% of Asia-Pacific consumers will look at product reviews. So to have those product reviews handy when a new business is selling something online could be something. These are the interesting things which I topped up of what people in Asia-Pacific are buying online. So the top 5 over here are clothes, shoes, books, a gift for someone, and mobile phones. These are the current top 5 ones, but the ones I see with a lot of potential are actually the ones in second place, you could say. So those include holiday in their own country, beer for some interesting reason. There's travel, airline, and hotel, and also music. So these are industries in the coming future which might see growth substantially as well. So when looking at the China market, it grew to a staggering $1.1 trillion in 2011, up by 46%. From 2010. Group buying has taken off big time in China with 64.6 million users in 2011. It's up by 250%. So within 5 years, an interesting fact is that the amount Chinese will be paying online is $990 annually, which is reaching the amount which is seen in the mature American market. The big players in the China market include Taobao, 360, and maybe EachNet. I'd like now to play a video, which is a very interesting and touching video about someone in China who started his own e-commerce business. So we would like to play that video. Thank you.
在读研究生之前，我是在学校里边教书，那个时候工资大概900多块钱，家里比较穷，弟兄4个，就我唯一一个大学生。然后对我自己来说，自己可能就照顾不了，平时家里成家呀、盖房子啊，还需要爸妈去补助、去照顾，然后才能去盖上房子，然后才能可能把媳妇给娶到家里。当时就一个想法，就能赚足够多的钱，够补贴家里，然后帮助弟妹盖个房、娶个媳妇，然后再够自己用，很简单这个想法。你都惹的啊，哈哥，你都惹的，都惹他。刚毕业的时候是08年那个时候全球的经济危机，找工作出去外面确实很不容易的，我就去山里面转悠，就是解解闷儿吧。到山里面转，发现那个老人就是我们骑着摩托车就一直往里面走了好远好远，不知道走了多远。然后看到那个老人在这个悬崖这个边上去采那个野生的灵芝，我就为了这些情况，他说啊，这个东西虽然是很好，我看起来也很好的东西，但没人来要，路不通，也没人过来的收，我放到家里面，我自己放着，有人要了就卖了，没人要的话就自在窗台上就烂掉了。这种情况让我激发了我的这个在网上去创业这种想法，所以说最后就我在网上就开了一个淘宝店。在淘宝那个时候已经红起来了，就是说它流量非常高，所以我那个时候就选择在淘宝上注册会员，然后开这个店。结果呢，半年的时间销量还不错。刚开始来的时候，这么还不通路的时候，骑摩托车都过不来，都是步行的，可能就10几公里，但是如果步行的话，它1上午才能走。还有一个就是网速、停电，这都是刚开始最大的困难。那个时候想退缩，那个物流快递太不方便了，所以说这个是不是不适合做这个电子商务？刚开始有这种想法，但是后来就想，是不是就可以把这个销售网点放在这个县城里面，这样把这个物流这个问题解决。也是这样。我们这总共有180多种产品，最成功的有这个野生这个核桃，还有这个野生的山楂片，卖的量比较大。还有一种就是黄河滩枣，这个枣呢，销量也比较好。1斤写500克是吧？不要写1斤。那500克也可以。啊，你都写了500克，这个1斤不是国际的单位，好吧？开始他们也怀疑，你是不是山里面这个东西？我就放心，我们绝对是山里面土生土长的，我们自己就是大山里面的，在大学毕业没有去找工作，在山里面创业搞这个网店，就是服务你们城市，立足山区，服务你们城市的市民，吃上天然绿色的食品。他们太好了，太有意义了，他们这样太方便了。他说不，我们在家就可以买到这个绿色的食品，他们也感觉好高兴。这货加了不多，是不是好像是有人弄过呀？咋了？是不是？刚开始那个08年的时候做这个，我们这是第一个，没人知道网上能挣钱，只知道网上可以打打游戏啊、聊聊天啊，看一个新闻，开始都不相信，网上你电脑边上坐在家里面能赚钱，都非常稀奇。为什么说这？这道不就是那真的？那，这个是这道不能卖，要做那个做贡品。山里面这些孩子刚开始不知道怎么去做。然后他通过网上和我聊天，或者通过打电话咨询这个情况怎么做，怎么去注册，怎么去慢慢开店，然后我把这个具体的细节、这些详细的情况给他说一下，然后他们就是通过大致有一个路怎么走，他们了解以后呢，在网上有个淘宝大学里面好多东西可以去自己学，然后他们慢慢去摸索自己学一些东西。那现在他们感觉这个东西确实是可以做的，并且能够帮助他们赚钱。增加他们的收入，把他们的这个山货卖到这个山外，他们非常感兴趣。有没有什么问题？
没有。
不懂的地方多问。因为有销量，所以才成功，才慢慢越做越大。现在做店的在我们这个村里面，包括这个县城里面做店的，从我第一个去做，而到现在已经100多个去做这个电子商务，也帮助他们这个了解了这些东西，也感觉这个有不可能变成可能自己在做。所以说这个东西也是影响山里面的这个知识架构，对他们开阔视野，包括对互联网的认识，也有一定的作用。我想这个一个人做的力量很小，如果好多人都去做这个事情的话，就可以帮助山民卖出更多的这个山货，收入增多了，那么当然他的生活质量就可以提高了。 也是一种社会的责任吧。
That was a very inspirational video. Like I found really happy. But the thing is, for resellers and registrars in the internet community, you can take a look that when people are looking to go online, they don't have the expertise to do it right away. So they partner up with sites like Taobao, which help them showcase and sell their products online first. And once they get the hang of it, in the future, maybe they will have their own website. So that could be a future way that you could target potential users. So e-commerce at a glance in China, you can see that the numbers at the bottom, the circles, keep on increasing with the e-commerce as share of total retailing up to estimated to be 8% of total retails by 2015. Moving to India, India is still, compared to China, is a relatively small and growing market when it comes to e-commerce. It's forecast that $20 billion of transactions will be carried out online in the next 5 to 7 years. The main leader, interestingly enough, from the research was the travel industry, accounting for 76% of the revenues. These are the players which you might be more knowledgeable about in the Indian market than I am. But this is a very interesting picture which talks about China and India. As you can see, the total retail in China is much huger, and of course it's fair enough because they have more internet users. That's why the e-commerce is much higher than India. But when you look at the 2015 estimate, India is catching up really slowly but steadily. It is catching up as more users go online. The last market which I'd like to focus is Japan. Japan's B2C market is expected to be worth $56 billion in 2015. And attracted 80% of all internet users, which is 80% of all internet users do some shopping online in Japan. And same as before, they also, 58% of Japanese consumers rate interest as most important source of information. So they go on the internet to check out information. These are the big players in Japan for your reference. The estimated growth in Japan expected to reach in 2016 4.753 trillion Japanese yen. Now moving on to the interesting part of my presentation, which talks about SEO. So it's just something I'm sharing with someone we worked with in the US. His name's Morgan Linton, who's an expert with SEO and some of our experiences in .asia. So Morgan Linton shared these things with us. He said 30% of your Google ranking algorithm is actually based on your domain name. And he said visitors have more trust for a domain name when it exactly matches what they're looking for. When they're looking for t-shirts and they see a domain name that has t-shirts or something related to it, right away credibility goes up for that website. And it's much better for your branding if you think about it in reverse. So before you choose a website for your business, try to ask people, this website, what do you think it represents? So by looking at your domain name, can somebody know what they can find on your website? If the answer for that is yes, then probably you're going to get better ranking. So your domain name is more than your identity on, sorry about that. Domain name is more than your identity online. You should have multiple domain names for each business. People seem to have the concept that one domain name is enough. It's not like that, because you have one domain, it's fine, you have a .com, but .asia, .in, .cn for China, you're targeting different markets with the domain name, so it's very important. And not only that, you should have domain names which maybe represent a service or goods that you're trying to sell as well. That could be better for SEO. It helps defines your identity online. As I mentioned, your website can tell people about the company, what it does, what it sells, and so on. And very interesting, the last point, sometimes the domain name portfolio could be the highest value assets. A long time ago, I'm not sure if it's pets or dogs, I'll get back to you on that, but their business went bankrupt online, but their website, pets.com or dogs.com, was able to recoup back the most income because it was their most valuable asset. So these are some of the common mistakes I've noticed in companies, SMEs actually. They only decide on the company name first, and then they go for the domain name, which is actually quite a big error, because I think it should be in reverse. You should look for a domain name first, and then try to have your company name around that. Once you're doing that, and then you know that you're able to get a good name online, and then you can use your company name to promote it, because people are looking for you online. They won't know about the company. And the other one is they set a very long domain name. That's very hard to remember first, and also it's very prone to typos. So if people can't find your website, they'll go with someone else. So that's the worry over there. And they're not willing to spend more. So they just go to the market. They go to resellers, they go to registrars, and they look for their domain name. It's not available, fine. We'll go for another extension. No, there are other avenues which you can look for your domain name, like the secondary market. There are companies like Cedo who deal in secondary market. People who own that name might be willing to sell it at a price, and that's the price you should be willing to pay if it's the name of your company or a good or service that you sell. Registering only one domain name and not optimizing a domain portfolio. A domain portfolio is very important. You know, it could be a future marketing initiative you have coming up, and maybe you can get a website for that, so that when the marketing happens later, your website, people click into it, it goes to your main website, and that helps the SEO for the main website as well. So this is something just related to what I said. You look for other domain names that connect to the main website. For example, the products, the services you sell, any marketing campaigns, maybe your social networking sites as well. Those will help the main website with its SEO. So briefly, just to end my presentation, I just want to talk about the .Asia organization. We're a non-for-profit company, so the extra proceeds that we do have, it goes back into community for some digital divide projects. So I'll share some of them with you right here. ISIF.Asia is something .Asia works with APNIC. We do this solidarity fund where we help encourage more people. There is HKDSF, the Digital Solidarity Fund, which we do as well. There's Go.Asia, which is a recent initiative where we started, and it helps for charitable organizations online. Food Revolution Day, Mandela Day are under Go.Asia as well. My community partner is actually at the booth, G3, so she'll have more information about this. And then this is the one which I know about, OLPC, is where it's called One Laptop Per Child. So in Southeast Asia, we've been helping children get online by donating laptops to them. The IGF meeting, this is the Asia Pacific regional one, which .Asia has initiated, and it goes on once a year. APNG Camp is for youth to tell them more about the internet. And Net Mission is something we created in Hong Kong. We're based in headquartered in Hong Kong. Is we get university students and we give them knowledge about the internet and the internet governance issues, so that in the future they know about internet as well. So we had invited people like Windsurf who gave a talk to our youth over there as well. So, yep, that's the end. I have a video at the end of my presentation which talks about .Asia and what's all about. And we'll play that video, and then my contact information will be there. I'm sorry that I need to run for another in the workshop over there. So the video will go on, and then my contact information will be there, and you can contact me by email or come to our booth if you have any questions. Thank you.
Did you know that Asia is already the most populous internet marketplace in the world? With the majority younger than 30, Asia's networked youth is living 38-hour days, redefining internet business and fueling Asia's rapid growth in e-commerce and new media ad spending. Yet, Asia is only getting started when it comes to percentage of people online. That means great opportunity for your business. To harness this tremendous potential, your own .Asia domain is indispensable. Cutting through online means standing out in search engines. As a natural type-in keyword, .Asia improves your SEO ranking for users looking for Asian information, as well as the hundreds of millions of users searching from Asia. Whether you're local, expanding regionally, or if you're from America, Europe, or elsewhere looking to market into Asia, a .Asia domain instantly turns your brand into an Asian-friendly name. And that makes a difference here, where relationship means business. What's more, research shows Asians spend more time online for entertainment than even email or social networking. The biggest names and gigs are featuring .Asia domains to reach millions of fans. Small and medium-sized businesses are a big part of GDP in Asia. Over 100 million SMEs are coming online, and .Asia is right there supporting them. While the .Asia domain is all about business, as a not-for-profit ourselves, every .Asia domain helps fund community programs such as sending laptops to rural villages, education, open source, and much more. This is the Asian Century. Asia is where the internet's traffic is turning towards, and .Asia places you at the center of this movement. Stake your claim now in the exploding Asian internet marketplace. What are you waiting for? Get your .Asia domain name today.
All right, thank you very much. The next slide will have my email address, and I'll be at booth G3, so you can come by there. Thank you very much again for your attention. Thank you.